certain type of motivation.
Welcome to another episode of I Am the Change podcast, brought to you by Dreams to Reality Incorporated. I am your host, Mychal Davis, along with our fearless leader, Mr. Jason Redmond.
What's going on, everybody?
How you doing tonight, brother?
Man, I'm doing great, man. Hey, look, we've had some great shows back to back. Last week we had my sister on, dope episode. This week,
Absolutely.
this young lady that's on today, man, hey, fire. I'll say, man, it's just fire. So, hey, she's into everything. Like, I can't think of one thing that she's not doing. So I'm gonna let you start it off, man, and ask you some questions, because like we talk almost every day about business, about an opportunity, about something. So her birthday was just this past week, so she's still birthday celebrating. So we got the exclusive
hold on.
after the birthday celebration.
Hey,
after the birthday celebration. So yeah, man, we made it. We're the first one. So
That's
I'm
right.
gonna let you start the questions off, man, because.
Well, first, welcome, Ms.Crystal Taylor. How are you doing today?
I am well and blessed. Thank you very much. How are y'all?
Amazing.
Good.
Lovely.
Playing it all. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's wonderful to have you on the show. I'm glad you can join us. I know you are a busy woman. Like I said, I did some light Facebook stalking. Jason been talking you up. So just to start off, you know what I'm saying? Because I was told to ask this question.
Okay.
Give me a day in the life of Crystal Taylor.
Let's see. Well, I wake up about 6 o'clock in the morning. And I meditate, pray, listen to some Kirk Franklin, John P. Key. And then
Wait, hold up. Before you move on, what type of meditations are we talking about? Because I meditate when I get up as well. So what type of meditation?
So I just do affirmations. I just talk about,
Absolutely.
I just tell myself that I'm, more than enough. God loves me. I'm worthy. I can be myself and be rich at the same time.
Absolutely.
I will be the first billionaire in my family.
Absolutely.
I do prayers for my son. I have a 2-year-old little boy, so I would do prayers for him. I do prayers for my mother, for my immediate family. You know what I mean? But I have very intentional things that every single morning, that I shoot them joints off before I look at social media, before I look at my phone, before I check an email. I just enjoy the quiet moment of solitude before the sun come up with God.
Absolutely.
So that's every single morning I do that. Like off the rip.
It's a part of my routine as well. I got notebooks full of affirmations, I ams. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do that in the morning, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And it's crazy because I didn't, like, years ago, like, prayer, you pray, whatever, but being really intentional about what you're putting out in the atmosphere and what you're talking to God about is something that I'm become very big on. I was raised in the church, but it's become something I've been very big on here lately, and probably in the last 5 years of my life. So I will say this just year in general, because of the pandemic and a whole bunch of stuff that I've gone through personally, like it's made me more structured on talking to God that way. You know what I'm saying? So I do that. And then I open my laptop and I just, I usually go like that from around maybe 7, 8 to 10 or 11. And that's managing like the Underground Collective, Beats and Bars Festival, Now Get Happy. Then I do some work for the Black Farmers Market. Then I do my task for Black August in the Park. And by that time, I'm like just catching up on what happened from that morning. Then I close it, manage my son, and make sure I'm a mom. I turn on mommy because he's waking up around 9:30, 10 o'clock. And I get him straight. I manage him for I spend that time with him intentionally, like for a couple of hours throughout the day. When he goes down for a nap, then I open my laptop again. And usually it's around, I'm taking like calls or anything, you know, in between. Like Jason will tell you, like he might call me and I won't answer because I'm like doing something with Mansa or just like busy being a mom or something, you know what I'm saying? And then by the time Mansa wakes up, I go back to being a mom and working and cooking dinner and make sure I answer any emails or calls in between there, and just it's all a blur, like between like 3 to 7. It's a blur. It's just do what you got to get done, do what you got to do, manage it. But by the time he goes down for bed, I work from like 10 to 3 o'clock in the morning. Just because I'm making up for the time throughout the day that I didn't get to work, you know what I mean? But because of all the things that I'm involved in with like in regards to like Black August in the Park and Black Farmers Market, I got to make sure my tasks are done during the daytime when people are like at work. But everything else, you'll probably get email from me at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and it just be like, you know, just respond to me in the morning when you get it. You know what I'm saying? So everything I do is like structured in three parts of the day. So my days are super long, but it works out for me because I get to, you know, roll the dice and make sure, I make sure I talk to people. Like when I'm talking to Jason, I talk to him in that like early part in the morning and then late in the evening. And then that's it. And I won't talk to him again until in the morning, but somebody else might be able to talk to me like until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning because they're up too. And then like, especially like my crew that I work with, like my production crew and my team, my staff, they stay up to around like 12 or 1 because they can expect something from me. But I mean, it's kind of crazy. It's definitely not a traditional like working schedule at all.
Doesn't sound like it.
This is not Ms. Crystal Taylor 9 to 5. No. No. So Mychal, what she didn't say is that she did a movie.
A word.
She did a movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man. Hey man, I'm telling you, when the folks come on and I know some dirt on them, I'm throwing it out there, man. She did a movie, man. She did a movie.
What's the name of this movie?
So I'm an executive producer, which is a new thing for me that I'm so excited about.
She's gonna run her titles down later on. She's gonna run all the titles down in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. You can run all these titles down in a minute. It's a lot of them.
You can't do no interviews with people like him. He knows too much of my business. You know
man.
He throwing it all out there.
Hey, I'm out here shooting, man. 24 seconds. Let's get it.
So I'm an executive producer, and I guess I had been one the whole time, but I didn't even recognize like what I was doing. But I work for myself, full blown, right? But I do a lot of contractual work for companies, corporates, like Blue Cross, Apex Systems. There's different people that just need project management. But I ended up working with Central and Duke, Equal Pride, and I'm a contractor for them to do like some really stupid, dope ass like work in the regard of like health disparities for Black community, like helping Black community understand what health disparities are, which ones are really killing us. And this is year 3. So the last 2 years, we've been making these dope ass productions, which is the movie Jason's talking about health disparities. And so the year 1, I was like, well, I'm project managing this, you know, whatever. But this past year, I've literally executive produced it. And so that's a new thing for me because I didn't expect to be like doing that, you know what I'm saying? But it's such a incredible opportunity and experience to do. And now like Duke University, the School of Nursing, and Duke University on another spectrum are my top clients right now. Like they're calling me saying like, hey, can you produce this thing? Can you manage this thing? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And so I can't go into detail about everything we're doing, but I can say that for the Duke University School of Nursing projects that I'm working on, we're working around the realm of like Black men and their sons. And the talk is called The Talk. and talking about like your relationship with your son, how you talk to them about sexuality, about being Black in America today. So we're going to be shooting some really dope productions from that. Then the second thing is about HIV for Black women.
Okay.
And so we're really just making a production, a movie, a series that will be educating Black women on HIV and understanding like you don't have to get it from a homosexual situation. Like it can be totally like heterosexual or what have you. And also helping them like prepare against these types of things and knowing what to look for and knowing what to be cognizant of in relationships and knowing what kind of conversations to have. The third thing is we're talking about health disparity this year around COVID. Originally, we were going to be talking about, this is with the Central Duke combo. Originally, we were going to be talking about opioid addiction in the Black community and how it's really like killed a lot of people in the Black community. And it's not just been a thing just because little Jimmy had opioid addiction. It's been a thing for years. So we're going to try to segue all those things into that regarding the COVID vaccine. And we did a play last year on COVID. But this year we're going to talk about vaccine hesitancy. And that's information that nobody know about yet. So y'all get that first.
We got the exclusive.
We get the sneak peek. We got the exclusive. That's what's up.
Yeah,
that's crazy, dope. Yeah, that's crazy dope.
But it's really important. On a serious note, it's really important that Black people we've learned in the research that we do, because all the work that I do, I'm feeling so fortunate and blessed, is so intentional in the notion of like getting Black people to be very educated and understand like this is not white people stuff. Like this is stuff that is happening to Black people in massive numbers and pandemic type numbers. And we have got to take control of our own health. We got to be knowledgeable for ourselves. We have got to be aware of the systems that have been placed to keep us sick, unhealthy, to be keeping us dying, like all these things, like knowing what a food desert is, being aware that you live in a food desert. Why is it a food desert? Where do you need to go to eat healthy and eat clean? What does that look like? What is it, how do I cook this way? And it not being a white way, like it's the way we all should be eating, but because of systems that have been placed, like we don't think that, you know what I'm saying? And so absolutely. Don't get me to preaching, but I'm just saying like these are the things that I'm like, take your time. Really, this is the stuff I'm really passionate about and fortunate enough to be able to do the work with the powers that have this money and opportunities for us to do this. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the production and stuff I've been working on, which I'm really excited about.
Hey, I look forward. I need a link to those projects when they drop, because I went to school for film. Me and Jason are gonna get some film things going. So attacking those issues from the aspect of film and what I'm saying, bringing it with a visual is amazing. I think that's super dope. So I definitely look forward to seeing that. We need to talk about that.
We can talk, because when I guess a good segue into Get Happy is like, that's one of the reasons why I started Get Happy, because and we do. So one of the cool things about the Duke Central Collab project is we have these grad students in the psychology department doing all this research to, survey Black people and, do a post and pre of what they didn't or didn't know going in and coming out of watching the films, right? And so y'all, like the amount of Black people who don't know stuff that they should know about these health disparities is just like mind-boggling. And so I started to Get Happy because, I'm on a journey for happiness, internal happiness for myself. And also because I recognize how many people that look like me are suffering silently with like health, wellness, social, cognizant, like of being able to be like in social settings and knowing like what things are for them and what things aren't for them. Like Black people going on a hike or going fishing or going to the mountains instead of just like doing things that are plaguing our health, like going to bike week all the damn time. Like there's other shit to do besides going to bike week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. But
you know
see,
what I
and
mean?
then a
Like
lot of this stuff
going to the, you know, I went to the Outer Banks for my birthday, and people were like, what is Outer Banks? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's the
I love the
coast.
Outer Banks. I surf. I surf, so I've been out to the Outer Banks.
You
Like,
do?
yeah, absolutely.
That's what's up.
But see, we got to make it like as a culture, we got to make it cool to do this type of stuff because, like, you know, Black culture, we got to make it normal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because
so many Black people are like, dude, what's up with you? Because I have been called Inside Out Oreo so many times in my life.
Oh yeah,
right.
I had to,
and I'm like, what the fuck? Like this? I mean, my mother was a doctor, my dad had his own business, and my grandparents were farmers, so I was fortunate. You know what I'm saying? To be exposed to the mountains and to Mexico, all these different things. And so I'm the kind of person where I didn't grow up in the projects, right? But I know that I see people that look like me that are suffering.
Yeah.
So it's like, it doesn't matter that I didn't go through that. I have enough empathy for my own race to be like, this is some bullshit. Like we need to help expose them to like life, what life is. And also because it pisses me off when a white person or a person not of Black descent says, oh, you're just Inside Out Oreo, or you doing some white girl stuff, or you like a white girl. I'm like, no, what the fuck? Like that doesn't, y'all don't set the standard for what being Black is.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm on my shit now because I'm just like, you know, get happy is I want Black people to understand what real happiness looks like. Like,
right.
Not being on welfare, not just smoking and drinking, like doing extravagant ass cool shit that really bring. I flew a kite this weekend for the first time, bro.
The first time in your life ever?
For the first time?
Yes. That I can remember, yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, we used to fly kites all the time.
It's fun though.
Yeah, get the little kite jump, get the little string.
You got the big ones. Did you go to the beach or something?
I don't think I ever did that.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember it anyway.
I remember like in March, we were flying in March because it was so windy. You throw that mug up there and you
just.
Well, I flew a kite with my son at the Outer Banks, and it was like the most exciting, wonderful thing ever.
Yeah.
And when I felt that, I was like, yo, people really need to be like doing shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to the mountains.
Talking about surfing. Month. That's you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
See, I'm not going.
But see, like growing up, I was a kid because I had because I played football, I had white friends, you know what I'm saying? So I got exposed to skateboarding, surfing, like, you know what I'm saying, doing stuff. I wanted to hang out with the white boys because they was doing stuff they wasn't doing in the hood, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to go back to the crib. Exactly. You know, so but it exposed me to a different side of life, and it's like we need to expose our culture to more of that because I mean, this is stuff. I mean, it's fun. It's a lot of joy we can get from this, and we don't just got to be doing the same activities in the hood. Most of the time, it's some stuff that might get us in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like people gathering, they fighting or something half the time.
Exactly. Living carefree and just having fun, like doing stuff. Exactly. You know, that's exactly why I Get Happy exists, because I want people to be happy about the food they're eating, about the socially conscious things they're doing that is healthy and happy, and not like, you know, they're not gonna have to wash their back or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want people to really like dive into life and then not be like this white thing. Like, it's not white at all. It's just life. But we have been so like boxed in on our thoughts and stuff. Like, that's what Get Happy is. So I'm excited about it, and I just launched it. Well, I mean, I've been working on it since January, but I just launched it on my birthday. So that was my gift to me, to everybody. So
we have Get Happy. I heard you say beats and bars.
What's beats and bars?
I really feel like y'all just exposing me right now. So
we exposing it all.
Hey, so I know some of the stuff. I saw the post you put up on Facebook. I was experiencing the beats and bars events you did. I mean, I'm a fan, like, because
I'm so proud of myself. Listening to y'all, I'm so proud of myself.
So what you don't see. So my thing is, like, to see an entrepreneur is like, man, it's beautiful. But to see somebody that gets up and works on their own schedule and does it on their own terms and does it their own way, oh, that's huge. Man, woman,
That's amazing.
Whatever.
And
Yeah,
but I mean, on top of being a single mother, you know what I'm saying, or a mother, you know,
Single mother.
Single mother. All right, I wasn't sure, so I had to, you know what I'm saying. But single mother, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying. A 2-year-old is not easy to deal with. I got a 1-year-old son, so I know how it could be. And so you know some amazing things. I mean, as an entrepreneur,
it's
everything.
No joke. It is no joke. It's hard in the paint, bro. It is hard in the paint. Yes,
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So Beats and Bars is man. This is a humbling experience just talking about this stuff. So I appreciate y'all again. So in 2012, I created a platform called the Underground Collective. And that was when I first started my whole career. Underground Collective was started because I literally wanted to be able to have a space where me and my friends could go and listen to the cool ass hip hop and just chill. And I'm a band kid. I'm a band and arts kid. I used to dance and ballet and, you know, play piano, marching band. So I'm just always like artsy geek, you know, person. But I went to school for business marketing. So I went to a beat battle that Ninth Wonder had in Raleigh. This is like the last beat battle he had in Raleigh like years ago. And I was so like, damn, this shit is crazy. Like, yeah, you know, I'm out there chilling. It was great. You know, and that's when I first saw Drugs and Commissioner, all these people. And so I'm like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to throw a beat battle. And so I threw my first beat battle at the Black Flower in Raleigh, 2012. Shit was crazy, packed out. Like my sister over there, my two sisters over there counting the money, managing the door. It was just crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. And I was just thinking to myself, like, damn, this was like easy as hell. Like I'm an event planner, yo. Like I love doing this. So I kept doing it for years, but then I actually met some cats that was like, yo, like, will you listen to my music? And I'm like, all right, cool. So I listened to their music. And it was, you know, some good ones, some bad ones, you know, whatever. But I realized that there was some people that really had good music. They didn't have nowhere to perform it. So then I moved to Raleigh and I just started messing with this girl, Kim. She owns the Pinhook downtown Raleigh. So I hit her up. I'm like, yo, can I do some shows here or whatever? So she's like, yeah. So I started doing shows there. So long story short, one day I woke up, literally, this is literally, so I woke up one morning and I was like, there's no hip hop festival in North Carolina. So why don't you just make one? You know, all these people from the last 5 years, you know, all these people, producers, MCs, dancers, whatever, just start a festival, bro. And I'm like, yo, because at the time, festivals just popping off. Like everybody was doing a festival. It's just like this new wave of festivals doing. And so I called my people, I called my team up, and I'm like, yo, meet me at Central. Like, we're going to talk about this situation. So
rock out.
We start planning it. I paid for it, you know, off the rip just to get it going, you know what I'm saying? And it was our hip hop festival. So Beats and Bars is a hip hop festival that is geared to educate people on what the true pillars of hip hop is. Okay. It's not just putting people on their rap. It's about the DJ, the knowledge, the graffiti, the dancing, and the MC. And I'm adding health because Stick said I could add health. So it's about all those things of teaching people who don't know, right? What the culture of hip hop really is. Because it's a lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? Rapping is what you do. But hip hop is how you live. You know what I'm saying? So everything that I've been doing is in regards to hip hop culture. Like building a community, sharing people, sharing your resources, talking about how you can help lift up somebody else's down, like how depression can heal people and just writing lyrics and, you know, making beats or writing lyrics or whatever. And so we did like a 3-day festival.
Get in on this because I mean that's why I do music. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely got to find some way to be a part of that. That sounds crazy though.
Crazy. I mean, we did a Kickstarter killed that goal. Like, have Toyota has been a corporate sponsor, American Underground, like Coca-Cola. Like, it's been a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful experience and ride. And so we laid low last year, of course, because of COVID. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this year we back, and I can't release who the partner and sponsor is yet. But
Keep them in suspense. Keep them in suspense.
no, yeah, I'm keeping it suspense. Yeah, but it's literally been. I've had Saha the Prince on the stage. I've had Dead Prez on the stage. I've had Nitty Scott on the stage. I've had Nick Grant on the stage, and I usually pull people that haven't popped yet, because I want to be the one to say I put you on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. That's a good feeling.
And even though everybody knows everybody knows Dead Prez, right? But I'm not gonna pay $50,000-$60,000 for some like one night situation that ain't talking about nothing. I don't care who's gonna come out for it. I literally have done it off the strength of real hip hop culture. So that's what it is.
Dope. That's super dope.
Thank you.
That's crazy.
So Mychal, she still hasn't talked about Black August in the Park. She hasn't talked about the Black Farmers
Market.
Man, so
you got a list over there. You checking off stuff.
This is all off the dome. Like, this is all off the dome. This is, so when I say she's into everything, man, into every. So
aren't you a curator as well?
What?
A curator as well, the Queen's curator.
I'm the Queen curator. Yes.
Yeah. I saw that. So something else on the list. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And then so also like. So I think I hooked up with Crystal. I met y'all had an event at the Vault over here in Durham, and I can't remember where it was. It was it I want to say Black. It wasn't Black Jeopardy. It was something. God, I can't remember what it was.
Something that Moses did at the Vault.
I think so. Yeah. Because it was like they did it. They didn't do it just one time. They did it a couple of times.
Trivia night.
Yes, it was a Black trivia. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it packed house.
So I didn't have nothing to do with that. That was Moses. That was strictly Moses' like genius to do that. I didn't coordinate that at all. I was just attending.
You were a worker bee that night.
I was just chilling. Yeah, I was just chilling.
But I came back the next night. They were planning for the Black August. I mean, I thought Black August was gonna be like, a couple cats in the park, a dude with a DJ. Man, hey, look, they had. So if you've been in Durham, like Central Park down there by the downtown Y,
yeah,
man, they had that whole area blocked off. It was people everywhere. Yo, they was like, it's gonna be about 5,000 people. I'm like, man, get out of here. Ain't no 5,000 people in Durham hanging out. Get out. Yo, it was people from down. Crazy. Yo, it was people all.
That's what's up.
Right, Mychal, you never been to Black August in the Park before?
Nah, I haven't. I have not been. Because all right.
In Mychal's defense,
I went to high school, and I live in Seattle right now.
Your Mychal's
I went to high school in Raleigh, and then I moved to Wilmington for college, and then Atlanta, and now I'm in Seattle, Washington. Yeah. So.
Wow! I always wanted to come to Seattle.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Hey, we can do the beats and bars in Seattle.
We need to.
All I'm saying.
Wow.
We're making that trip.
Yeah, y'all gotta make that trip.
Yeah,
sometimes. But I can talk about. Let me talk about beats and bars. Black August in the Park.
Yeah, tell us about Black August.
Yes,
definitely.
So Black August. So I was fortunate enough to meet Moses Ochola. Moses is the spearhead of Black August in the Park. I can take no credit for Black August in the Park because Moses is the one that was like, Crystal, help me do this thing. And I'm like, okay, cool. But I'm a co-founder along with Moses Ochola and Janelle Henry.
Mm-hmm.
And we created this thing like 2015, I think, to like give space for liberation for Black people. At the time, gentrification was really like taking off, and a lot of Black spaces were just being taken away from us. And there was no real space to feel liberated and feel free. And we originally thought like maybe like a couple of hundred people were gonna come out. Like we had no idea that it was gonna be what it has become. And that's the fortunate blessing in all of it. You know what I mean? Like doing something just off a genuine spirit of like wanting to help people and just give something to people that we think that they're gonna like because we was like that. And then it turning into being this like crazy movement of sorts is it's incredible. And so we created it because Black August has been a thing. It's always been a thing. Like it's not something we created. Like Black August is a time of commemoration and remember and of people that have died in historical sense of like Black liberation and freedoms. And so it happened like in the 70s in California when the Soledad brothers got murdered and killed and just like in the justice that happened in the prison systems there, like a movement was created off of that. And so it's been a historical thing for a long time. And so we just picked that up and said, hey, let's do that here for Black people here in this space in Durham. And so we try to make sure people are aware of the historical value of it. But people just love also the notion of the freedom and the happiness they get from just coming to have a big ass Black family reunion. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what it feels like.
That's exactly what it is too.
And so we don't have Black vendors except for Black owned food trucks. But we do have Black social organizations there that help promote the opportunities and benefits they have with the community. You know what I'm saying? We want people to be able to connect with this Black organization or that Black organization or that social justice group or that nonprofit that can help benefit their family or their
create a network.
Yeah. So the reason why the Black market came is because we had so many vendors and businesses wanting to be there and vend. And so we started the Black Farmers Market, the Black Market, because so many people wanted to vend at the Black August in the Park. But because we're so intentional about, no, y'all just need to commemorate what Black August is and not be worried about buying this and buying that. Like, just have food and drink with the food vendors, but enjoy the music, enjoy the spirit of us being together, the drums, like just the, family. Yeah. And so we created the Black Market to be on Black Friday initially, and just to recirculate the Black dollar on Black Friday. And we were like outfitting like an old rundown grocery store or a park or wherever we could find space to hold these vendors. And then in 2018, we recognized there was no space for Black farmers. Like, what was the Black farmers at? You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to the Black farmers market, it's like, there ain't no Black people there. Like, you know what I mean? But we knew that Black farmers existed. And so one of my jobs was to find Black farmers and to connect with them and bring them on board and build a relationship with them for the farmers market. And as a co-founder of that entity as well, because they're two separate entities, but as a co-founder of that one as well, with the same co-founders, Marcus, Moses and Janelle, we just intentionally made a farmers market for Black people with the notion of having Black farmers there as our, as our pinpoint for people. Mm-hmm. With everything happening last couple of years with like Judge Floyd and, things that have been going on for Black community, it's been really devastating. Mm-hmm. It caused like an uproar. It was the perfect time for us to be able to execute this season, to be able to do this and get the attention that Black farmers and Black businesses needed to get. Right. And so we've been very successful just off the footprint of people knowing the need to freaking support Black farmers. Like for the injustices that they've been having to deal with from the systematic racisms that have been placed upon them. Like right. My grandparents were farmers, so I already know off the rip, like what it was like for them. And so not a lot of people know that. Like, just like we were talking about before about like something being white, right. Like if you go online and social media to certain sites and certain pages, all you see is white farmers. Like Black people don't farm.
Yeah.
Like they
It was,
didn't,
it was a
like they
big,
didn't even learn how to do it from us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we have literally like been very intentional about like, nah, like these Black farmers been out here struggling for a long time.
Mhm.
And they've been making it for a long time struggling. And while whoever in them been getting grant money and getting all these opportunities on the kind, they still been over here struggling.
Yeah.
And so even when they want to be able to get in on these farmers markets and y'all like 86 in them and backbiting them and keeping them from being able to get there, they still been making it in their own community.
Right.
So we were just like, all right, cool. We just gonna make a space for them to have their own community.
Yeah, that's big. That is huge.
It's been really great. It's been the response like throughout the communities that because we do one in Durham and one in Raleigh, second and fourth Sundays. And the response has been crazy.
Yo, the one in Durham, they had the line wrapped around. It was over at the North Carolina Mutual building. They had the line wrapped around. It was at the parking lot. It went around the building. So it went around the building, and it was down almost to the parking lot for the Bulls baseball game.
We've seen at least like maybe 1,000 to 2,000 people in a day on a Sunday when we do the farmers market. Yes.
Yeah. It's hey man, it's big.
It's amazing. That's huge.
It's crazy, Michael. Like you would be like, yo, like what is that? It's been so bad where I've had people, my homeboys or my friends come like, they come like, yo, can you get me out this lineup, bro? Like, you know, like we at the club, you know what I'm saying? Like,
like, yo, you get me up front real quick.
Get that VIP.
Like, they ain't gonna say nothing to me.
Yeah. We get that VIP pass.
Facts.
Right.
Facts. Yeah, so like where you get the drive to keep all this flowing, because you got the Black to August, you know what I'm saying? You got beats and bars, you got the Black Farmers Market, you got a child, you know what I'm saying? How do you keep up the drive to keep pushing through on everything you're doing and to continue to be successful at everything you're doing?
I mean, before Mansa, my son's name is Mansa. Before Mansa.
So wait, Mansa, is that from Mansa Musa?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you. So before him, I was just like determined to do what I felt like. I just knew I wasn't a regular person. And that I don't want to sound like
no, I get it. I think we get it. Yeah.
I just knew that when I was working these jobs, y'all, like I was like, this shit is not for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I could not be sitting in front of the computer, the same computer every day, taking the same route to work every day, like seeing the same mofos every day. Like I just was like, this is not for me.
Yeah.
And up until I had a really bad racial experience at one of my jobs. And I was on the phone with my mother. I remember like it was yesterday. And I was like, I ain't never seen you and daddy work for nobody. Why am I sitting here working for somebody? When I had that conversation with my mom, she's like, I don't know why you're doing that. And I was just like, I am bugging right now. I'm really tripping.
Yeah.
So I didn't quit or nothing, but it's almost like God was like really trying to strengthen me. Cause I'm gonna tell you something else too. Like I've only had like two jobs. I've only worked for 2 corporate companies out of college. I graduated in 2005 and I've only worked for 2 companies like my whole life, like full-time employee type stuff. And they both laid me off. Like they both got rid of me. Like it wasn't like I quit or anything. It was always where both my managers was like, Crystal, you're really not supposed to be doing this.
Yeah.
But when your manager tells you that you're not supposed to be, that you're greater than what you're doing, and it's like you not decide.
Yeah. That's affirmation like this.
Yeah. So I let it click. And by the time I had that racial experience, I was already diving into beats and bars and Black August in the Park. but I wasn't really like full blown like I am now, like living off of my fruits of my labor.
Right.
So was that your first racial experience, like in your life? Oh, okay, all right.
No, but just enough where I was like, I want your job. Like, I'm a CEO. Like, what you talking about? Because I was already a CEO.
I'm a queen curator. Yeah.
Like, you're gonna read about me. What are you talking about, lady? I don't want your job. Like, I'm just here. I'm here doing this. I'm gonna check. Like, it's good money. I'm not trying to like, you know. But it was just so like, it was so intentional. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was so like coming from my neck type situation where I couldn't ignore how I felt, especially with the work that I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I don't even be trying to bother nobody. I just come in here trying to do my job, do my work, do your work, and
pull my 8
carry
hours
on. Yeah, I mean, it was not that serious, but it was just so. Now that I look back on it, I'm like, damn, like, why was she really on me like that? Like, I was really not even trying to take her job or get a promotion. Like, I was good.
She's probably threatened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
I see that now. I see that now for sure, Mychal. But I was just like, leave me alone, bro. But you know, I was always pushed out of the situation. Like God, you know, God will push you out of situations if you don't move out of situations.
True.
And so he pushed me out of the situation to be able to like, you know, handle your business. And so my motivation comes from just knowing, like, I know I'm somebody. And because I know I'm somebody, that means I'm somebody for someone else too. Like, I can help people. And because I want to be able to provide, I've always had this thing, this fantasy about having this like dope ass empire and being able to employ my friends and family so they can do whatever it is they want to do. And the best way I can kind of relate
that sounds like you right now.
Like Kevin Hart's Red Cup Club, you know what I'm saying? Like, this man has made it, and he just hands off whatever his homeboys need to be able to start they whatever. Like, that's exactly what I want to do. And I'm doing it right now. Like, bit by bit, I'm doing it right now for people. Like, even on my production crew, one of my brothers, he's a producer, and I met him. We met each other when we first started our lives, and he's been a dope ass producer. I'm seeing him grow. He got married on he got married at one of my events. He got engaged at one of my events.
Wow.
And he's married, got a beautiful family. Now he's my sound supervisor, my music supervisor for my productions, like the things that I'm making. And you know, it's just I'm meeting people that I've known that want to do certain things, and I'm like, I have a position for you to do this. Can you do this for me? It's not great money, but it can lead to more money. Like, and I'm gonna make sure I take care of my people. Like, I make sure my people eat. You know what I'm saying? I do this for my friend families. And since I have my son, I'm a lioness now. Like, there's no coming back from it. Like, nobody's safe.
You gotta take care of the den now.
Nobody's safe now because we named that boy Mansa for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And like, I want him to be able to take what I created and do whatever he want to do with it.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He can work. He has his own company he can work for. Like, I'm still working on things for him to even having his name to have. Like, my parents were able to do things for me that I'm blessed to be able to have gone through, but they didn't do everything right. And so my goal is to be able to learn from those mistakes and do them better so I can teach Mansa. And even by anybody else who want to learn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got all the answers, but somebody I know got the answers. Right. So I'm just trying to like make a big like circuit, a unit, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really feel like I got friends no more. I feel like I got family, you know what I mean? Because like, or associates, whatever, you know what I mean? But I really want to pull people in as much as I possibly can to be able to like take some of this spotlight that I got, or these opportunities I guess, we can keep it moving and keep it building and keep it growing and manifesting into this bigger, beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not worried about nobody taking nothing from me because God really like got his hand on my head.
Yeah.
So you know.
So Mychal, I did tell her about the movie we're trying to do, and she was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." She didn't say no, she wasn't all bubbly like the other stuff, but yeah. So,
we gotta get to that. It'd be nice if we had some experience, somebody experienced like you to help us out with the project or something to be a part of it.
Yeah,
you know.
And like get us,
we can get some time on the calendar. We can talk through it.
Crew.
You know what I'm saying? I'm down with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, Rhythm of Hope, my program under Dreams to Reality. That's what that's going to be a big part of it, the film aspect. Because what I'm doing is creating creative arts programs in communities. You know what I'm saying, to have as an outlet for kids in film, because I'm experienced in it. It's going to be a big part of it. So we plan on producing films, and you know what I'm saying, the first one up is Jason's book, which is dope. I did read it. Okay. I finally finished the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely got to chop it up about that, because I'm excited about getting to that project. I'm excited about it.
That's what's up, Jason. You got a book. You didn't even tell me you had a book. Like
I'm like an onion
because you got a book.
You real low key about everything.
I'm like an onion. You got to peel the layers back.
I like to chop it.
Okay, you got me.
Chop that thing. See what's inside.
Yeah. Get into the onion. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So what's next? Like, you got all this stuff going on. You got the movies, you got the collabos, you got the beats and bars, you got Black August, you got the Black Farmers Market, you got the Black Market, you got all these different. And then Get Happy. What's next? What's next?
I think that Get Happy is really what's next. That's the newest thing, right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am very excited about Get Happy and the potential. I was totally against a nonprofit like a year ago, but because I've learned so much about like the benefit of being able to be in that realm, like all the work I've been doing for the last almost 8-10 years, like I'm about to be doing that on steroids through Get Happy, and to be able to change people's lives like in a great way that I didn't have to struggle. Like, I was struggling before, like now I can just be like, yo, we do this. Hello. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a different realm that I wasn't even aware of. So I'm just really excited about learning about the opportunities that can come from the nonprofit and the 501c3 status to be able to fund these opportunities and experiences for kids, for families, for communities, for my own team, to be able to really like change your life. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to my god sister today, and she was just like, I was talking to her about how like I'm about to be real stinking because everything is going to work in the circle of my family.
Right.
Like, all my family right now got something going on. Like, my sister got her own. My sister's a home cook. My god sister has a ginger lemon tea line that they just came out with.
Okay.
My son's father, he's a health and wellness guru.
Okay.
Like, my brother, he's got the movie. We got the Candy Yams movies going on in the Durham Bulls Park. Like, I'm trying to keep that circle.
That's the movie, Jones?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to keep it. I'm just trying to keep it in a, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep it on a merry-go-round of like my people and just keep it right there. And we just keep building off of everything that I can connect us with and, you know, put us into.
Yeah.
And just let it manifest itself. You know what I mean? Like, if I get a call, then I need to call everybody else so they can get ready to move too. You know what I mean? Fitting it in a certain type of way. I'm excited also about the Candy Yams thing. Like, you know, my brother Rashad, like he's been working real hard for a long time to get people to think outside the box where they just see it on the film and really think about how it can relate to them, Black community and culture. And so I take pride in being able to say that, you know, I'm the first Black woman to be able to organize Black theater in the Durham Bulls baseball park. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a huge thing for me.
You had like a whole month of movies too, didn't you?
Yeah, we did all Black movies for that month. And it's like, you know, when people approach me about doing work, or just when I talk about my proposals or ideas, it's like, excuse me, the intention is to like connect a audience that does not necessarily have the relationship with Black people that they should. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always like, listen, do you want Black people to come to your space, like to your ballpark, whatever? You know what I'm saying? Do you understand how important it is to liberate and to, you know, connect?
Right.
And unfortunately, because of everything that was going on in our community at the time with like George Floyd and stuff like that, it was more people on people's front of their minds to change these narratives. And so we just do them in a dope ass way. Like, we watching dope ass Black movies. You know what I'm saying? We watching Black movies, you know, the whole month. And it's like, it really helps start conversations. It really helps like break projections of what we are and what we're not. Stereotypes, all that shit. So it's like, you know, it's dope as hell to be able to say, hey, y'all want to do it again? I'm like, hell yeah, we want to do it again, Crystal.
Yeah, look, I want to help y'all do it again. Golly,
we're doing it again. We already locked in. We're doing it again. Yeah. So I haven't dropped the date yet, but we're doing it again.
I want to work the door. If I got time, I want to come work the door and just be like the ticket taker. That's all I want to do.
No, you need to be, Dream to Reality needs to be a booth that y'all can speak about what it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that I do. Like, I bring in people and say, look, do 5 minutes saying who you are, what you are, so that way people that are here can hear. Like, this is a great opportunity to get FaceTime with people there to be able to say, like, we're Dreams to Reality. This is how you hit me up. This is what we do. Boom. Like, that's what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be sitting there talking about Crystal and Beats and Bars all day. Like, they already know. I'm trying to get people on so that way they can connect with y'all to be able to keep growing. You know what I'm saying?
Dig it.
I love it. It makes my heart flutter.
That's amazing, yeah. Super dope. Jason always trying to play the background. You got to get out there and speak, bro. You got to get out there and speak.
Get on that microphone, man. Like, get on that mic. Be like, nah, if you don't do it, I'm going to snatch out your hand. Be like, his name is Jason. He's an insurance too.
Facts. This the insurance guy? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I've been trying to be low key, man. I don't want to, you know, I'm on shit, take everybody.
I used to be like that too, Jason. But I'm gonna tell you, when there's a calling on your life, you can't run from it.
True that.
Can't run from it. Hey,
we've been talking about this podcast for over a year. Look, we're episode 7, 6, 7?
6, episode 6.
Episode 6, yeah. So this is, you know, I mean, look, we get to bring like fire people to the mic and just talk about the things they're doing. Like everybody that's been on from episode 1 to episode 6, man, it's been like a stepping stone.
Yeah, it's been getting better and better. Honestly, man, and to have you up here, it's been dope. Like, to hear about everything you're doing and stuff. I definitely got to connect with you because I gotta figure out how to create some stuff like that up here in Seattle. Because what you're doing is just dope. So, and I want to.
I will come out there, Mychal. I will come out there.
Please do.
Come out there.
We got the Queen curator here.
And I've been watching Seattle for like the last 10 years. So I love Grey's Anatomy, and I've been seeing the Seattle. I'm like, God, looks so beautiful. Like, I need to go.
It is. You do. Especially during the summertime, though. Springtime, because that's when it really light up. Every other time of year it's kind of rainy, but spring, summer, that's where it's at.
Got you.
That's what's up. Yeah. Well, actually, you know, we've learned a lot about you. We actually went longer than we usually do because you know what I'm saying, it's just been that good of an interview. So nothing to be sorry about. It's been amazing chopping it up with you, hearing about everything you're doing. I mean, I'm blown away, and I'm just trying to figure out how I can duplicate. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to know. You know, but we always ask Absolutely. We always ask our guests to leave us with a final word to just give to the viewers. You know what I'm saying? I want to do the same thing, especially those single mothers out there that want to, you know what I'm saying, duplicate the grind, because it's just amazing how you got the drive to keep doing it. So just give us one final word before we take it out, if you don't mind.
Let me see. The only thing that really comes to mind is trust God.
Okay.
Like, you know, make sure you're intentional. Don't ask for nothing. just ask him to lead you in the path that he wants you to go in, and to show you your purpose. Like, I used to ask him for a lot of stuff, but I found out that was just not the route to go. Like, I need to submit to what he wanted me to do, and just trust him to know that he got me. Like, if I think back over my life, every time I was in a pinch, or every time I had a situation, or every time I was just like down and messed up, or didn't have no money or whatever, like, somehow I always came through, but it was really God. You know what I'm saying? He made a way every single time. So it's like, we got to trust him, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just got to trust him. Ask him for the way and just trust that he going to do it. And just don't be in your own way.
Wow. That's huge.
That's huge. I mean,
huge.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Simple, but so heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you joining us on this episode.
Thank y'all so much. This is dope. Thank you so much.
No problem. Hey, look, we had to get you on here. When you know folks that do big things, man, they're blowing up. Like you say, I want to be able to say, hey, man, she was on our podcast, episode 6. Hey, we didn't put her on because she was already on, but
hey, you know what I'm saying? We got that interview in the process, so you know what I'm saying? We just gonna say it's a part of that process. We got the exclusive, yeah.
So y'all, when I really blow up, y'all gonna be like, oh, we know Crystal back.
Okay, we go. Wait. Let me call her. Let me hit her up.
We're going back right now. Yeah. Be like, hey, Crystal, come do this episode again.
Facts.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again, Jason. Thank you. Another week, another great guest, another great episode. Well, thank you for joining us on another episode of I Am the Change podcast, brought to you by Dreams to Reality. Our goal is to uplift, inspire, and empower communities all over the world. Remember, same time, same place next week. It'll be another amazing episode. And remember, the goal is not to be better than anybody, but together we can achieve better for everybody. Thank you. Have a good night.